Hello and welcome back to another episode. This is us post the Australian GP, which was, to sum it up in one word, chaotic. And yeah, that's good enough for the intro. Let's get started. So what have you guys been up to this week? Let's start with Gaurav. I know you went on a really nice road trip, so take us through it.
So I went, if anyone's watched Top Gear or Grand Tour, the way Jeremy Clarkson describes it, the most beautiful roads in the world, we drove through that and it was insane. I cannot describe it in words.
Did you
It
do
was,
the NC 500?
yeah, NC 500.
Ah, that's sick.
Yeah, bro, it was insane. I can put some footage if you all want, but bro, that road,
Yes.
there are snow-capped mountains, and then
Insert
there is
footage.
like a valley where yeah, there's a road going through the snow-capped mountains, and then there's a sea right in the middle. It's
Wow.
so
That's sick.
beautiful. Bro, it was insane. And then I did a little karting over there and in
What
Scotland.
track?
In next to Edinburgh, there was a track. So there.
Bro, it's a karting track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so UK, all tracks are famous anyway.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's cool. So cool,
Yeah.
man.
And
What
it
else
was
did you do?
insane. So I went to London, then I went to York, then I went to Edinburgh, and then the Scottish Highlands. And then we saw this McLaren run, bro. It was insane. We saw 15 to 20 McLarens and all variants. It was mad.
Damn.
And then they're
Damn.
all flying, bro. It was insane. It was mad.
Do you know Edinburgh is, if I remember right, the place where Rolls met Royce? From Rolls
really?
Royce? Yeah, apparently.
Oh.
If my memory is right, which usually isn't, but I think.
Also, you think Dubai has great cars? Bro, UK has insane cars, dude.
Because that's where that's where Formula One is from. That's where all of cars like basically go get.
I saw like 3 SF90s in like a span of 10 days. I saw 3 SF90s. I saw, I think, 30 McLarens. I saw some insane cars. I saw these 3 people. I don't know what they were doing. They were road tripping in supercars through the NC 500, and it was insane, bro. I can't put it in words how beautiful the roads, the
Insert
cars,
images.
everything.
We'll make a reel with you talking about this, and then insert clips or like photos.
Yeah, and our goal should be that 3 of us driving supercars, and like, yeah, maybe one day 3 of us driving supercars.
You drive your supercars. I will drive my Honda Civic.
Cool. I mean, that also works.
All right, Name, what have you been up to? I heard you got a new member in your life.
Oh yeah, I do. Guys, I am happy to introduce you to Lamp. I have got lots of feedback saying that my face is very dark, which is racist, but also true because I know it was too dark on recordings. But now I have a lamp and my life is brighter, clearly. Credits to Sanya, my friend, for suggestion of putting lamp on my face, which is also burning my eyes, but also good suggestion. Thank you. But yeah, what I have been up to. I missed going to the Australian GP because the tickets were okay, insert screenshot. I will send you a screenshot. Please remind me. It were $400 or 600. I think $600 for 3 days. Last year I booked for a grandstand ticket that was $600 for 3 days. So it's $200 a day. Last year I booked tickets for $100 for a day, and it was $300 for the entire thing, for entire weekend. That's crazy money, dude. $600 is crazy money. It's
But to
not
be honest, you're also
getting
getting to see F2 and F3 this year, right?
Yeah, but then, dude, 600. Last year I got to see S5000. I got to see supercars. It's not like it's. I know it's like F2 and F3 is still a lot, but like, dude, it's not worth that much money.
Dude, I mean, yeah, but the race was insane. Even the F2 race was insane.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
But
but then
first,
but then the question is, if you knew the race would have turned out like this, would you have paid for the
No.
race? No. Oh,
I will.
okay.
Okay, that's a lie because I was actually trying to get tickets on the last day, like scalp tickets,
Yeah.
on a Saturday night, because
Yeah.
I saw I was like, maybe it'll rain tomorrow, so that will be a good race. But then it didn't rain because
Yeah,
Melbourne
well,
weather is absolutely dog shit. It was raining like half an hour before, like an hour before the race. It was raining an hour after the race, but it didn't rain during the race. That's Melbourne weather for you, like clearly. But Vignesh, what have you been up to? Clearly, you are not at home.
Yeah.
yeah,
Clearly, my
yeah,
pants.
I have been up to a lot. I don't know if you can see, but my smile is just like it's stuck to my face. I have moved to Italy to race in the Italian prototype championship with the Wolf car. And once I do get a picture of my car and my livery, I will make a post. Until then, it's top secret. But yeah, I've moved to Italy in the past week for the next 3 months, and it's a really exciting time. And I can't get the smile off my face. We just did a shakedown a couple days ago with the car to see how it works. And I had a long phone call with Naeem as well, talking to him about the freaking weird engine and the throttle response.
Tell the
Um,
viewers what cars you're driving, man. Tell everybody
yeah,
else.
it's
Tell our
a
50
Wolf
viewers.
GB08 Thunder, the same one which ran in the IRL championship in India back in November, I think. And clearly very fast car, goes up to 260 as a top speed. It runs the 1 liter Aprilia V4 engine, which is a bike engine. So it obviously performs really well with higher RPMs and not low RPMs like regular cars do. And yeah, that was quite the discovery when I started driving it for the first time, because I'm like 0 to 40% throttle, nothing's happened, like literally nothing's happening, gaadi aage ja hi nahi raha. And then I decide to go out of the pit lane on my installation lap, and like nothing's happening. What is this slow car, man? I can't believe this. Then I exit turn one with cold tires. I was like, let's give it a whack. I went whack and I spun the car around just on my installation lap. Absolute batshit crazy, that car. But anyways, we got up to pace really quickly, and there's a lot of setup stuff to be done on the car. And next week we start official preseason with 3 days of preseason testing before round one in Imola. I just can't wipe the smile off my face. But yeah, that's what I've been
Send
up to.
Vignesh
We just
all the best, guys. He really needs it.
yes,
Obviously,
please. I do.
send all the
I
best.
do.
Send your love. Send your
Support,
uh,
basically.
support,
Uh,
basically. Yeah.
yeah. Did you also speak to someone who did the IRL, or you
I
haven't
did.
spoken to
No,
anyone?
I did.
Oh,
I did. I have. So
oh.
I now know how to drive the car. We did a shakedown last week, and next week we have 1 day of testing, and the week after we have 2 days of testing. And then obviously there's Imola on the 21st to 23rd, and it goes along with the other Italian championships like F4 Italy, Formula Regionals by Alpine, and all the other championships that
So this is a support.
ACI runs. Sorry.
This is a support race for the F4 or the regional.
No, it's all together. It's think about it like FMICI organized events at like MMRT, where you have the 1600, 2000, the 1300 saloons, everything in one. There's no support event. Everything is its own big event. And yeah, I'm just very excited to get going. I'm really happy with the team I'm with Team BHK Motorsport. I'll put it somewhere here. They're a fantastic team. The mechanics are really lovely. The team owner is really lovely as well. And yeah,
Check
we've
them
been
out in the
getting along really
description.
well. Sorry?
Check them out in the description below.
Yeah, check them out. And I've been living with the mechanics as well. So that creates a really good
That's good.
bond
Yeah.
between us. But obviously, I'm living in the middle of nowhere right now, which is about 2.5 hours from the city of Milan. And there's barely anything to do. So I'm just on the simulator all day, every day. And like physical training to properly get into the season. And I'm really excited. But I think that's enough for now. We'll keep posting more updates. But let's get along for the rundown of the Australian GP. Let's give it our ratings out of 10. Name, go ahead. Start.
I would give it an 8 just because of the fuck ups that happened in the end. Other than that, it was a 10 out of 10. But because of that, I'll do 8. Gaurav.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because of the end. And also
That's too harsh.
no, because of the start as well. It was really harsh, the first red flag as well, on a lot of people. So I'm not sure if yeah.
What do you expect when you have Michael Massey back in the paddock after so long? You do expect drama, don't you?
Ooh. What about you, Vignesh?
8.5. No, actually, you know what? 9. It was a really good race, in my opinion. For the fans, for sure. Maybe not for a lot of drivers. Especially, I know Carlos Sainz is up in tears right now. I
Yeah,
do
man.
really feel for him, but a mistake is a mistake at the
I
end of
will,
the day.
hand
So,
on heart, I thought I had an argument with a friend as well about the penalty. I first thought that was justified, but then when I looked at it for a few times, I was like, okay, he had space, but then you can't just expect somebody to turn like that.
Yeah, and also even if he deserved the penalty, like the results was overturned. So I don't think that was necessary. Like
No. That if
think
look. Okay. Now we are getting into something I disagree with, because even if it was overturned, it doesn't matter. If you cause an accident like that, it obviously you
yeah,
have to get a
because that
penalty.
lap happened, right? And the
That
penalty,
lap happened.
yeah.
And people who say,
So
you're getting
no,
a
but then
penalty for a lap that didn't happen, like fucking go read
that
the
is
rules.
just stupid.
no, but then that was the race start. Okay, if it was anywhere else, I would agree. But because it was the race start,
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be cautious. You can't just be bulldozing into people in the race start. That's not what a race start is.
true. But then I agree. If it would have been intentional. If he knew that there was a red flag, I mean, anyone would do it. Like if it was intentional, where if people knew that there would have been a red flag, but this wasn't intentional. No one knew that there's going to be a red flag in the first corner. So because of that, if he got into an accident, and then because of that, if he's getting a penalty when the results were overturned to like the previous lap or the last standing checkered flag cross, then I don't think that made sense because that wasn't fair to Carlos Sainz.
In my
And
opinion, the penalty was too harsh, but then the way the results have played out is what it is. Because that's at the end, you made a mistake, you got to accept it. But in my opinion, the penalty was too harsh for sure. But now
like also
you can't
I
have it
will say this.
overturned.
I will say this. I understand the red flags. I don't know why there is. I understand like people saying, oh, they just did it for the show, whatever. But I know the FIA has made it a priority to make it green flag finishes as much as they can, and they don't want to finish it under safety car conditions.
Yeah.
That's one. Second, we had the same thing in Baku, like in 2021. We had two laps racing. That's normal. 2 laps of racing in the end, that's completely normal.
Yeah.
To have because see, the FIA has two choices. They want to finish the race. Any chance they get, they have to finish the race. That's what the thing is. If it's not 3 hours done, if 3 hours are not done, or if it is not if they are not having the same like if there is no issue with like the track or like something, they will try to finish the race as quickly as they can. So all of those arguments are stupid, in my opinion.
Basically, anything other than Spa 2021, we're good. We're good to finish the race.
And also like it's pretty common for red flags to come out. One, it's a street circuit. So any street circuit, you would expect a red flag.
Yeah, because there is no runoff area. And
and especially when it's a blind corner. So Albon's accident was that corner is blind.
Yeah.
It's blind in the while you're racing, but it's also blind when you're driving on it in real life. Like no joke. It's even blind even then. So the thing is, with last year, I think last year or the year before that, when Latifi crashed in Saudi, I think. Yeah, when he crashed in Saudi, on the last corner, when he spun and crashed.
Not the last corner, turn 13, the opposite end of the circuit. This is
when
even Lance had
hairpin,
that incident this year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when he crashed, they got a red flag as well because that's how street circuit are. You
Yeah,
you have to
exactly.
get when it's a blind corner, you have to get red flags. I know obviously things can be handled better, but obviously the FIA knows more than the drivers. One, like at what shit is going on. We're like,
Yeah, true, bro. The last red flag, I completely agree because there was no space for
Yeah,
anyone anywhere, dude. There were like, I think 6 crashes at the end
yeah,
of that. There were only 10 drivers left on the grid. Like if that
yeah,
would have ended like that, they were like everyone would have got a point, and
yeah.
it would have been a lot of fun to watch. But then that was yeah, that wouldn't have been like. And honestly, if their last 2 laps, I'm going to race as well. I'm going to give it my all.
Yeah.
I'm going to be no risks. I'm going to give it. Yeah. So you go with that mindset. You're like,
Yeah.
there are 2 laps at the start. I want to gain how many positions I can.
Mm.
If, for example, we were driving on a race, there are 2 laps left. There's a restart happening. Aren't you also going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
no risks. I'm going to do what I can to gain as many positions as possible. So this is bound to happen. You can't like, uh,
I have
you,
something to add.
yeah.
I'm going to not agree to that no risk idea. I'm going to take risk. I'm going to take a little bit of extra risk at that point because it's 2 laps
Yeah,
and
that's what he
I'm
meant. That's
deciding.
what he meant.
That's what I'm
That's what he
saying.
meant.
No risk
Oh, okay,
means
okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So you're going to give it all. You're not going
yeah,
to
yeah,
care.
yeah.
These are the last 2 laps, and you can gain as many points as possible because yeah, and especially with the teams behind, you want to gain as many points as possible. So it was bound to happen. Even in Baku, if you remember, like the first lap was like the first corner. It was so chaotic. Like yeah, because it's give it your all. 2 laps.
And that's where we see mistakes made as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
Logan
Hamilton
Sargent just
locking up.
rammed into the back of
Yeah,
De Vries as well.
Logan,
Hamilton.
bro, that was so stupid. But also,
Yeah.
I'm actually I don't know the rules about this, but why is Gasly not getting a penalty and why is he not getting a ban?
Okay, so the reason for that, what I have read, is Ocon was in his blind spot and you can't really see. And Ocon could easily have backed out number one or number two, and obviously the blind spot reason. The other reason is because they're not too smart. Um, honestly, I don't know if you've seen this, but with relation to this, Gasly has his own grandstand at Spain, which makes zero sense. A lot of people are saying is if he gets that penalty, he's kept that grandstand for himself so he can sit and watch the race from there.
But I will. But if he was in this blind spot, okay, I understand. Like Hans, you can't turn your head or whatever.
Yeah.
But then Seb should have that penalty taken away as well. 2019 Canada.
Well, if you're talking about shit being taken back, then even Massa started some new stupid thing.
Yeah,
what the
Dash
Lewis
out.
Hamilton. Yeah, the 2006 championship.
So he's
Honestly, what's gone in the past, just let it be.
Yeah,
In my
exactly.
opinion,
man.
forget it, move on. I understand it could have been his only championship, and I understand as a driver how much that means. But
Yeah.
then, jo ho gaya, wo ho gaya, yaar, there's no point crying.
No, but then think about it from his angle as well. No, when you find out that the FIA could have voided the result, like they were thinking about voiding the results, and then they don't void the results for something, and that's a bit. However
But
long
then
it's
if you're
been,
going back
it'll fuck with your head.
15 years, if you're going back 15 years, everyone can find some kind of stupid
Yeah,
nonsense that's
exactly.
been
Then the
going on
sport will
every
be
year.
so vulnerable.
Bro, in this manner, Hill should be champion in '94. Because one, they were
Senna should be champion in.
Senna should be champion. Prost should be a champion once more.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Massa should be a champion, and then so many, man, so many results.
You can't just make one. I mean, I see, like I said, I understand your championship is, something which is being talked about. And especially Massa, it could have been his only one championship. So there's obviously that part in him which will say like, I have to contest this. But then I'm sure in the back of his mind, there has to be something like, yeah, fayda hai kya? People know I'm a good driver. End of story. Like, get over with it, in my opinion.
Oh well.
Yeah, and a championship won on the racetrack, it's going to be very different. It's not going to be satisfying when it's won off the racetrack. Honestly, even if you win a race.
Especially 15 years after.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No, even me when I got my two P2s, both my P2s weren't on the podium, like weren't on the racetrack. It was because because both the people got penalties like after the race. So I wasn't like, oh, P2, cool, like I don't care now because it's done. So
Exactly. When you actually achieve it on track, on merit, it's something completely, it's a different feeling.
exactly. So that
Agree.
Well,
With that, actually, absolutely with that, we also Indy happened in
Texas.
Texas,
Yeah.
and that was a
Very
race,
good
man.
race.
If you're
Very
not watching
good race.
Formula One, if you're not watching Formula One at a given time, please, 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 I cannot recommend IndyCar enough. That championship is crazy. That championship is absolutely crazy. I don't understand their safety car rules because they are really like their caution rules because they are really stupid. But other than that, everything is amazing. Their qualifying is brilliant. Their races are brilliant. Their push to pass systems are brilliant. Their top speeds are brilliant. I just everything is amazing about the championship. I just
also for people who don't know, Ricardo was scared to go to Indy because you need like extra balls for it. So yeah,
very much
yeah,
so. It's
yeah.
it's sick. The IndyCar is absolutely sick. Like shout out to Pato Award, 92 passes.
93. Yeah.
92 passes in one race.
Crazy. Crazy.
Formula
Crazy.
One has that much passes in like 5 races.
This guy
Total.
alone made that many passes.
Alone made that
Quite,
many.
quite
And
insane.
I don't know if you guys saw, but like he lapped the entire field except P2. He
Dude, he
lapped
finished
the
P2.
entire field. No. So when he was like halfway, around like lap 120 or something. So it's a 250 lap race.
Yeah.
And around lap 120, he was a lap ahead of everybody except P2.
Oh.
Everybody. That's how dominating it was.
Yeah, it was
And those
good.
Chevy engines they have, I think Chevy turned it up
Yeah.
like to 200
Mm-hmm.
in ovals because they were struggling a little last year on ovals. But like, dude,
Yeah, but dude, if you
crazy.
also see, there's barely any Hondas in the top 10. I think there's only maybe Grosjean and someone else.
No, Palou was there. Palou was in the top 10.
That's what, a couple people. That's it. And the others are all Chevy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but also
that's just ovals.
That's
but
just
at least the McLarens are fast somewhere. I mean, shout out to McLaren.
At least they're getting a podium somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to be honest, Indy, everything is very homologated, you know, like all,
It
you
is.
can't
It
really
is.
change a lot.
But dude, if even F2 is homologated, and that's why it creates good racing. Creating
Yeah.
good racing
No,
is one
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. When you say McLaren at least are getting good results, it's just stickering on the car. It's not
Eh,
their manufacturing.
But like
But then
they have to set up strategy. They have to do drivers. They have to
I'm
do
taking
everything else.
nothing
So
away from that. I'm taking nothing
yeah.
away from that. The only thing I'm taking away from them is McLaren didn't design that car, and we're seeing what happening. We were seeing what happened to their cars when they designed. Barely got into points, and that's only because of DNFs. They're still not there yet.
No. Lando would have finished in the points.
P10
Like
or
back end of
something.
the points, P9, P8, P9, something like that. But
Well,
like he was
that's
catching
because
up to
he's that good. He's just
yeah,
that.
well,
He's
true.
that good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And Oscar would have been like P11, I think, or P10, not more, nothing more.
But both
also
got
the
into the
Formula
points.
2 race. That
Yeah,
race
dude.
was insane.
Crazy.
Both
Crazy.
races were mad.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't watch.
bro, it was
Oh, also shout out to Kushmani,
yeah, he got a
Podium boy.
Yeah, congrats, my guy.
Podium boy,
yeah,
podium
yeah,
boy,
yeah.
Kushmani,
Good
podium boy.
weekends, 2 Indians getting podiums. Bro, proud moment for us, I guess.
Two
Two,
Indians.
Last weekend,
yeah. Saudi.
Oh yeah.
2 weekends, 2 Indians getting podiums, which is great.
Yeah, but dude,
Yeah.
Kush, the move Kush made on Theo. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
That move was sick. Go back and watch it. If you haven't watched that move, just go watch it.
What
It's
corner
like
is it? Do you know?
turn 13, I think. So he
The one
jinked.
after the quick left,
From the
right?
outside,
Yeah.
right? He came from the outside and
No,
overtook.
he jinked left. So Theo moved. He jinked right, went in, just dived.
Or like a Ricardo dummy.
crazy time. I was like, no, he's going to crash. No, he's going to crash. No, he's going to crash.
Yeah.
He's
That was
good.
a
He's
sick
good.
move, dude. That was absolutely OP.
He's good.
There was
And
no argument.
And I just want to add one more thing. There's a couple more Indians racing in junior categories who we know really well. So big shout out and good luck to Jaden and Ruhan driving in the
Yes,
Chef 4
big boy
and the
Jaden.
GP4 championship. Kill it, guys. You guys are
You guys got it.
you guys got it.
Much
And
love.
yeah, full
Yeah.
push, man. Full push.
Didn't Ruhan have qualifying today?
Yeah, he did
P9.
qualifying.
P9.
Oh,
P9?
damn. Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 1.4 off P1, man.
That's
Not
sick,
bad.
dude. That's his
That's
first
not
weekend,
bad.
no?
Yeah.
Insane.
Fulton Park. I think
That's actually sick.
Saturday. I don't know.
Alton Park.
Ah, okay.
That's sick, dude. And that track is so epic.
Yeah, very fast.
That
Very
track
fast.
is so epic. Like so epic. All tracks in the UK are epic, man.
And also good luck to me because I am racing as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Vignesh, good luck to Vignesh.
Yeah.
We'll put this as a whole video by itself, just saying good luck to everybody. Everybody wish them good luck because
Yeah, I
they really do
will.
deserve it.
When I have my races, I'll make sure to put the link for the races in
Yes,
our
please
bio.
do that.
It'll be
Yes.
live on YouTube. So
But it'll be Italian commentary. So like,
well,
oh, I just remembered Liam Lawson. What the fuck, dude?
oh, dude, yeah, the super formula, right? That moved around the
What the
outside. I did
fuck?
see that.
Yeah,
Insane.
I saw
What
bro.
the fuck, dude?
Insane.
Yeah.
I literally went like, no, you cannot do this, Liam.
But I feel really bad for him. He's one guy who like I really want to see in Formula One. Like he's one dude that I
And
really,
he's such a good person. Dude,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
met him. I met him last year during AUS GP, and I was
You
speaking.
told me no one recognized him, right?
No one
Yeah.
recognized him, and he's a Kiwi, and nobody recognized him in Australia.
Well,
Have
all
you-
these Kiwis don't really get along, so.
No, they
Yeah.
do. What the fuck are you talking
Mm, and have you seen his podcast? It's really cool. His podcast. He has other
I haven't
races.
actually-
Sorry,
Is that called Screaming Meals? Is that what it is?
I am not sure. Wait 1 minute. I'm gonna check this right now. But
Is that
it's
with
re-
like Marcus Armstrong, Clem Novolat?
yeah, that
Screaming
one.
Meals. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's really
Dude,
good.
it's
We really need to
Dude,
get a
that's-
setup
dude.
like that, honestly. We need to get a setup like that.
In the same country for that.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
But dude, no joke. That he's such a good driver, and
Yeah.
Nick DeVries better be aware because that's or Yuki, man. I'm not sure
Dude,
either one.
I'm not gonna lie. Yuki's turned it up a notch this year. He's
he has
fantastic.
he
No
has but, like,
mistakes, just like crisp, very good. He's extracting the most out of that AlphaTauri. And honestly, DeVries got a push for it. Man.
yeah.
The one performance he did
But
in
you
the
can't
Williams
blame
last
him,
year,
man.
cool. But still,
He's been driving Formula E cars for like 3 years now, and like you can't blame him for like being-
oh, getting to the fact of Formula E, the tussle between Jake Dennis and Dan
oh
Tickler,
yeah,
I am loving it.
Oh,
I am loving it.
that's not a tussle. That's like bitch shaming.
Yeah, dude,
Every-
Name and I are like constantly talking about this, and it's quite insane. So the race that they had in Sao Paulo, Dennis was quite up the field, maybe like 4 or 5 cars ahead of Dan Ticktum, and this guy Ticktum, he says it's very slippery offline, hits the brake or doesn't, I don't know. And he rams right into the back of Jake Dennis, and he DNFs right there. And that is his 3rd DNF in a row. And he hasn't finished a single race in so long. But I don't know, he's still keeping up 2nd in the championship to Wehrlein.
Bruh.
But after that, I saw the post-race interview with this guy, Jake Dennis, and then he goes on to says, this absolute bozo comes out of nowhere and just slams into the back of me and ends my race. And these are actually the words that he said. I'm not making any of it. He actually used such words. And then you go to Dan Ticktum and he's like, I apologize to him so much and all that. And then a few days later, Jake Dennis posts something on Instagram showing about something else. And then Dan Ticktum with a reply, come on, grow up, man. You're better than this and all that. So it's just too much fun. It's just insane. Plus also the race that they had there, the finish with Mitch Evans, Nick Cassidy in P2, and Sam Bird in P3. Oh my God, they finished within a tenth of each other, the final three. And oh, bro, I've got to say, Jaguar
Formula
finally
E is
showing their
good.
pace.
The new Gen 3 cars, they are slower, but they are better.
Yeah, they can follow each other a lot better.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, they go as quick as my Wolf car. They do. I'm not even making it up. It's true.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
Vignesh flexing here on
Yeah,
Formula.
clearly. Hey, they don't
No,
go.
I'm not
they
flexing,
don't
bro.
go-
I have to, maybe I'll cut this part out afterwards, but I'm trying to be a kiss ass to Mahindra at this point.
They don't go as fast as my car over speed breakers. Okay.
No.
That's where you can flex your, what do you have, an Integra?
No, my Skoda, I was saying.
Skoda,
Oh.
remember he flew
Oh,
on
of course. He did it once more, by the way. He
And
did
that
it
was,
once more, and I saw that.
I feel
Yeah.
like I just bring names a wild side whenever he's driving with me. Like he just wants to break cars.
Hey, man.
Name, where was this where the both of us were going back? After the first podcast.
After the first podcast,
This guy flew over another speed breaker.
Wow. Clearly,
it's my
named
brakes, man. It's my
Clearly
brakes. I have
named
no
as-
engine braking for some reason.
clearly
I
named
hit the brakes and nothing happens.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Clearly, name doesn't see things like the first corner in Curry where he didn't see me clearly ahead of him.
Shots fired.
Clearly. And we have footage now. We have footage, and other racer has actually seen it and like verified it as well. So, yeah, name was the reason I'm not third in the championship.
Name is the reason he is third in the championship.
Yeah.
Or second, I don't know.
Wait,
Why
let
you-
me like
Why is he so?
I'm sorry, I don't have a fuck to give to you, man. Sorry.
Oh,
I was trying to find one.
were you thinking about it for so long to say
No, I
that?
was just looking for it.
No, you were thinking. I knew you were thinking.
He was
about
just making a big setup to deliver his
Yeah,
final
yeah,
thoughts.
But yeah, also small thing before we finish. Checo went from P20 to P5 with some epic overtakes.
Yeah.
One.
Even Sainz had epic overtakes, honestly.
Yeah, dude. Oof. Sainz is move on Gasly when he like
Dove in,
fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Or in turn 3, yeah.
Turn 3, yeah.
Yeah. Also that fan apparently got hurt like with Kevin
Oh yeah,
Magnussen's
when debris.
debris.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Oh, dude. Remember we spoke about this? Some fan tried to sneak out with an F3 front wing through the gates.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That happened last year as well. Not like with F3 shit. It happened with I don't remember who it was, but like some supercar, something fell off of some car or some Porsche Cup. So Porsche Cup happens, Carrera Cup, before it used to be a support race, and dude, something fell off, and then someone tried to steal it, but then they couldn't. I tried to steal a DRS board last year, but couldn't.
Never been fun. DRS in your room.
No, somebody stole it before me.
Oh.
Too slow.
Also, news came in that Haas made a controversial statement where they're giving Ricardo hope that he might have a seat. So that just came in. It came in like 5 hours back. You should go look at that statement as well.
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah. Also, when you spoke about Perez, I don't know. I didn't like Perez's race, honestly. He did make a good overtakes, but then, dude, with that car, it was hard for him to overtake Norris at one point, which is
No, dude.
yeah.
One, Albert Park is very hard to overtake in, and 2, come on,
What?
come on. It's a street circuit, 1, and 2nd, like, yo, somebody's standing it outside. Did you guys hear that? This is a uni campus, man. You can't send it. Okay, yeah. First was it's a street circuit and it's really hard to pass. And second, it was Pirellis, bro. Those Pirellis were dog shit this week.
People
What
said
was
also, and Perez also said, because of the low sun, it was a tough restart and the temperature wasn't blah blah
Yeah.
blah, whatever it
That
is.
temperature was dogs. Dude, you can't see. The problem was Pirelli bought like the mid. So they
Mm.
have
It
a
didn't get,
C0 to C5, no? They
yeah,
got
Yeah.
the mid wall aspect.
2, 3, 4.
And if it was softer compounds, it would have been better.
Yeah,
But since they bought like the harder compounds, it was a bit messed up. And
yeah.
it shouldn't have been like that, because the tire warm up, you could have seen, dude, if we had like the thermal cameras, petition to bring back thermal cameras. If we had thermal cameras, genuinely, dude, there is no way that tires had enough grip at
Yeah.
any time.
Dude, even then, you can see why Lewis Hamilton did what he did at that restart, giving that gap to the safety car
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
Max thought was
Mm,
controversial,
Yeah,
was actually
Sure.
okay.
yeah.
That
That
was
was also
actually a very smart move to,
Yeah.
give that much space and then put that much more energy into the tires when required.
Which actually reminds me, dude, Fernando, he spun, and the first thing in his mind is it has to go
Silverstone.
back. Silverstone. I was like, how is your brain even functioning that quick, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
guy
Even
is 40, 42,
he's
41.
functioning at his peak, man. He's as
Yeah.
good as he was back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
I think he's
better
never
actually.
left his prime. He has never left his prime. He's always
And
been in his prime.
people, so when they say, oh, prime years of a Formula One driver, you can say like Seb was 2010 to 2013, 2015, whatever. Alonso's still going, man. I don't see him leaving his prime. Like, I've never seen him leave his prime other than the last few years of McLaren. That's when he was done with it.
That's when McLaren made him want to quit.
Yeah.
You can't blame him for anything because
Yeah, but then
understandably that car was dog shit every other week. DNF. When you look at this Aston, even with the amount of wax it gets, it's just in one piece, bro. It's just
Yeah.
the same one piece car. It just keeps going.
but yeah, dude.
How
And
did that car survive that incident?
I
It was
don't
like some
understand.
other car that would have been broken into like 10
Yeah,
pieces. Sure.
exactly. Dude, the Aston are so strong. Even I think in Bahrain they had a crash and
Yeah,
like nothing.
teammates.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
exactly.
Stroll hit him.
Yeah,
Stroll hit him in
Stroll,
the front, nothing
yeah,
happened to him.
nothing happened, dude. That car is strong, like really
Very.
strong. I
I
don't
think
know.
I think they're building it with like higher structural strength compared to everybody else, because if you technically, this is like very, I'm not sure, but like carbon fiber, when you make it, you put it on layers. So it's like this, and then you put another layer on it, and then you
Yeah.
put another layer on it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you put it in the thing, whatever it's called,
Oven.
on enclave, yeah, the oven. So I think they are making it more structurally. So when you add, obviously you're adding a little bit more material. That means you're adding more weight. Technically,
But
technically,
in this way, it's working well. And another
Yeah,
thing
I
about
think that,
carbon
yeah,
fiber, I've been like watching my mechanic here work with carbon fiber for LMP3 cars. And it's like a very thin sheet of carbon fiber material. He mixes it with resin and glue, and then
yeah,
that way it's strengthened a little bit. And then he will start applying it to the mold that needs to be done, and then put it in the oven for a little bit to make it
mm,
solidify
hard.
and like become harder. And then he'll come out and then he'll start grinding it into the proper shape.
yep,
So
yep.
see, when you see the amount of crashes that happen and when you see parts falling off and when you see why drivers apologize, that makes a lot of sense because the amount of work that goes into just that the mechanics do is insane. And I didn't know this until when I saw my mechanic work on the LMP3 cars, but hats off to the
And
mechanic.
even in the oven, dude, they have to be in the oven for like hours and hours, no, to
Yeah,
get
Yeah,
it like,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah, exactly. And dude, they're not cheap. If you're crashing
no,
one,
It's not cheap.
that's why,
exactly.
Not cheap.
Yeah,
that's what Gunter was also saying, no, that Schumacher cost them like almost like two proper upgrades. That's how many crashes he had.
yeah,
And like,
bro. I feel like the last restart of the race would have costed like the last restart, like the
AUS GP,
would have costed over $100 million to all
Oh,
the
no, no,
teams.
no, not 100, eh?
hard.
Maybe a
Yeah,
million,
bro.
okay? Not
Bro,
a
what do you?
hundred.
One wing costs $1 million. I give you a price of one wing in F1. Wait, I'll show you. So I have the.
Bro,
I have.
no
Wait,
way a wing costs 100 million,
wait,
1
wait, wait.
million.
I'll show you. Okay,
Like
wait.
250,000 is what I heard.
To design one, it would be 1 million.
Huh?
Oh wait.
To design a wing, it would be million, 2
Yeah,
million,
but then
whatever, 5
every
million.
wing is not $1 million, bro. It's no way it's
I
$1
know.
million.
Wait. I read this where
What website is this, first of all? Okay. I am not trusting your websites.
racingnerds.com.
Though that is some that sounds like a scam.
Okay, the front wing costs around.
150,000.
That's the one I'm talking about. Racing Nerds. Don't look at that.
Why?
Because
No
it's
way.
true. The other one is false.
No, dude, everywhere
Okay,
I'm seeing it's
okay, not 100. Okay, 150. Yeah. So one wing costs $150,000.
that's what I said.
Yeah. Sorry. So $150,000 plus like so there were not just wings that went to. There were so many other things.
I get it. I
Couple
know.
$1 million, bro, not 100. Kangal ho
It's-
jayega team ka.
I think
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I
to
was.
make a new wing, like to make it like with R&D and shit, it's 1 million.
Agreed.
Then
Yeah.
it's
But like har baar
1 million, 2 million. Like wow, if every production takes 1 million, no, every car company would never use carbon
bro,
fiber.
Haas
ever.
would be bankrupt by now.
Yeah.
Now they would be bankrupt in
That was
2018.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Right.
And speaking of the upgrade part, when you mentioned, 2 upgrades it cost Haas, the Schumacher crash. A lot of teams are coming up with big upgrades for Baku and Imola. Mercedes is coming up
looking
with a
forward
lot. Ferrari is coming up with a lot. McLaren is coming up with a lot. Red Bull don't need upgrades anymore, bro. They can run the whole season. They can win the championship like halfway through the year or something.
I saw this one tweet.
Aston
Okay,
Martin are coming up with upgrades as well.
I saw this one tweet, which is this is probably the funniest tweet like I've ever read. It said Adrian Newey at this point should just go to every team so that he can take a car every year to challenge, and then he can go to the next team and then challenge. Like that's how good he is, man.
Bro, like we've said earlier on the podcast also, I am sure that guy has some stupid things in his eyes where he can see air, man. He can see air. Like, how can you design a car so flawless? Okay. And I don't know if you've heard this also or not, but George Russell has been saying that the team has been sandbagging forever because if they show their actual pace, I'm sure it'll go match the W11.
He can shut up, okay?
That is true. I don't like him. I don't like him very much.
He can shut up because because he was 15 when Mercedes was dominating, so he does not know dog shit. Okay, when Mercedes 2014, okay, let me tell you this: 2014 when the rules came out, and they were that dominant that they could start the race one lap behind and they could have won.
Yeah, true.
They had that much power advantage and that much aero advantage, so they can just shut up of them talking about how this car is the most dominant car they've ever seen. My ass.
No, it's not, because the most dominant car was Mercedes in like 2014 models.
Yeah.
Because that car, after a safety car restart, 2 laps, 10 seconds ahead. That is
Yeah.
actually
In
crazy.
Bahrain, no, yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh, bro, also even Verstappen, after the restart, he overtook Hamilton and he's 2 seconds ahead in like 4 corners. He was
One sector, I saw that.
No, that was fudged figures, okay? Because like he had DR, because Albert Park only has 2 DRS zones, like 2 DRS detections, 2 DRS detections. So if you have DRS, if you get DRS in turn 5, you get it for the third,
next sector also.
Next whole sector. So you have so he had the DRS for 2, and if it is 20 kph faster in the straight, then obviously he'll be like a second quicker anyway.
No, that Red Bull has some weird shit where it was 30 kilometers quicker.
Witchcraft,
yeah, exactly. Bro, especially under DRS, that cars, I don't know, bro. It's like
it's like Gaurav's engine from
oh please.
And that brings us to the end of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, everything, and give us more suggestions of what to do, like the lamp has been a very good suggestion, I feel like now. But yeah, please, again, send Vignesh, our friends, everybody else, good luck for their upcoming racing seasons, and we'll see you all at the next one.
And send some love to Leclerc also. Hopefully he gets some points
No,
in the
don't.
coming.
Okay,
Bro.
bye.
Bro,
Bye.
when
Bye.
I speak,
Ciao, ciao, boys.
when I speak to people about Ferrari here, they're just like, don't.
Okay, I
bother."
finished the podcast. You can turn this off.
No, I will
No.
add this clip anyways.
I want to.
I'm the one who
Sure.
edits it. I will add this anyways. Don't you worry about it.
Go
Okay?
Ferrari.
Uh,
Okay, now
no,
that brings us to
seriously,
the end of the
Fuck
podcast.
you.
Thank you very much for watching. And
Yeah,
we'll
cool.
see you next time. Next time, what? Baku? Is that the one?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
Baku.
Baku. Salam Baku.
Cool.
Or
See you.
whatever you want to say. Bye.
Bye.